Hey guys, welcome back to a 302 video. This is really a what's going to happen in the future video because we have some stuff coming up and purchased for this build here. Actually, if you want to go to it. As you can see, it's come a long way from the last time we had it in a video. I basically have just been toying around with it while AP over here has been building his newer version of this engine, and that's been getting all the limelight. So in the meantime, we've gone ahead and swapped over everything to the Explorer version of the front. Timing cover, water pump, accessory brackets. So I went ahead and grabbed the new thermostat housing. As you can see, it's nice and new. This is our old one. It's all nasty and corroded, so we don't need this anymore. It's actually really heavy compared to this new one. So as you can see, it has a port for another sensor. That's probably where I'll put the coolant sensor. I'm going to go ahead and block off both of these, so I'm not using these for anything. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on with no thermostat because I just don't need it for now. Alright, so I went ahead and picked up two different bolts, two different sizes, of course, to fit the different size bolt holes here. So we'll go ahead and install these in. I'm not going to go ahead and use any RTV right now. Hopefully I won't need to. And then we're going to go ahead and get these down. If I can get this one in. Now I did go ahead and tap these holes. Try to make this a little bit easier. I can actually show you the difference between the Mustang. It's like, what?
It sticks out quite, yeah, it's
2 times
sticks out quite a bit.
So this is all about being compact. What I might do in the future is delete even these and do the old hot rod style where I basically just have a few brackets running.
Like a water pump, the crank pulley.
Yeah.
So alternator, and
all I need is really these three. For right now, I'm not going to do anything with power steering or AC. But yeah, so we have our new valve covers on. I was going to get these coated, but for time and budgetary reasons, I'm just going to leave it right for now. These we got from a junkyard, about 15 bucks each. Not the greatest price, but whatever. Picked up the water pump online because I'd rather get that new. So all we need to do is run a few things. Got the distributor done. We actually figured out the wiring for MSD. Basically going to go through that in the next video. But we have all the extension wires. So that's going to be good to go. I can plug it in. That. And then a little coil pack. We got to figure out how to mount this on, I guess, the test stand, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get this finished up and basically try to build our own engine run stand, and then we'll dial it in there. And I don't know. I don't know if we should talk about the future plans for this or not at this point, but
I mean, we can, but actually that'll lead into where we are standing right now. So if you want to talk about that, maybe.
Yeah, so our overall plan for this build here is to put 2 turbos on it and stick it into a Ranger, but not just any Ranger. We want to get basically, I don't know what you would call it, basically a 99, and put the body of like the 80s and do what the Hoonigan style build, and I'll insert, I guess, a picture reference of it that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So it'll have the suspension of the newer platform, but the look of the older. And that's what I want, is that the look of the older one, so we can do some pretty cool stuff with it.
All right, so our reasoning behind using the newer Ranger with the older cab and bed and all that, I think it's 98 or 99 in newer Rangers are coilover or McPherson, either one. You can run coilovers. The older ones have the twin I-beams, so they're essentially two beams that like rotate that way. So when you modify them and drop them down, you can't adjust the suspension without adjusting length beams, and it's a giant freaking mess. So we're going to try and get a newer truck or a newer frame, chassis, and then put the older body on it eventually. I don't know. I don't know how this will end up. So that's kind of the idea behind it. When we picked up the that Power Stroke turbo from, God, that was probably almost a year ago. We were kind of thinking about using that. I think we're going to try and get two smaller turbos that we can kind of stick up out of the hood of the truck.
Yeah, I think we're looking at twin T4 turbos instead of a massive one.
Yeah, something smaller, maybe even EcoBoost turbos.
They're too small.
Too. Yeah. I don't know, maybe like Volvo turbos or something. We'll find something that's around that size that'll work. The reason why you guys haven't really been seeing this, besides us working on my car, is the fact that when it's done, it's going to sit in limbo until we get either a shop or a bigger workspace. Because right now we're kind of working out of this, which is at Anthony's house that we're borrowing, and my grandmother's garage, which I do not want to get like a huge project in there, because eventually probably both him and I will be moving a little bit further south. Anthony's girlfriend lives about an hour south of us. I work an hour south now. So eventually I'll probably buy a house down there, or Anthony will move in with her, something like that. We may end up just getting a shop down there entirely. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're not going to be doing any big new projects until that happens, because we just don't have the space for them. We have been toying around the idea of maybe doing like a build series on like rebuilding a jet ski, on like getting either something wrecked or something blown up or something needs fixing, and doing like a build series on that. And then of course we can go play, because it's somewhere in Florida. Well, I mean, we can play in jet skis all the time in Florida. Doing that, we've tossed around the idea of maybe getting either like an old broken down 4-wheeler or a dirt bike or something to do that on. The problem is that my Mustang, I mean, we've got a couple things we need to do to it still. For the most part, it's done. For the most part, Anthony's Focus is done. The Titan I'm not really touching, because I'll probably buy a new truck in the next year or so I don't want to really put a whole bunch of work into that. So that's kind of where we're sitting. We might do a video on kind of working on my car trailer, because I need to freshen some stuff up on that, but it's too freaking hot to work on that in the middle of summer right now in Florida.
What's it, like 104 index each day?
It's miserable. I mean, if you don't believe me, go watch some of Taylor Ray's videos. It's horrendous right now. So we're kind of sitting. That's where we're kind of sitting. Where we're like, I don't know what to do. Or content wise, I mean, we could do like the whole like go to car shows and events and things like that. Which, I mean, we used to do that. It's not really our thing. We like working and building things. So I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. What you want to see. Whether it be okay if we do like a motorcycle build, or a jet ski build, or a 4-wheeler, or a dirt bike, or something that's like small, not a vehicle. Because I've got a project that I've kind of had sat on the back burner. Anthony wanted to do the twin turbo Ranger thing. It's just time and space is the main thing. More space than anything. So that's kind of where we're sitting at. So let us know what you guys think. I appreciate everybody watching the Coyote videos. Those have been doing really well, which has been nice. We're actually looking at probably getting a new camera, like an actual real camera. We've had a Canon 60D?
Yes.
Okay. Had a Canon 60D for a while. We use it occasionally. So a lot of times we'll use my G7X. Right now we're using Anthony's phone, actually, which we've been using the most of recently because it shoots in 4K.
Yeah, so you guys get higher quality.
Yeah. So that was another thing. We want to do more cinematic things, more like
just up the
video.
quality of the content, which is why we're using the phone, trying to get the 4K to HD. You know. Yeah.
So we're kind of waiting on that. I think we've made enough money in the last couple months on YouTube that we can buy a camera, a good camera with that, and then we'll just put it back into the channel. So definitely, guys, hit us up on the merch. It's greatly appreciated because all of that money we take from that gets put back into the channel, whether it be buying parts for this or the Coyote or camera equipment or going on trips, things like that. It's a really big help. I mean, yes, we are making money. We're breaking even, basically. It'd be nice to get to the point where we can actually put more money in, do cooler things, and eventually get a shop, things like that. I mean, Anthony nor I didn't do this for the money because, I mean, if we would have stopped freaking 2 years ago. But it would be nice to be able to do cooler things and buy projects and, like, I don't know, go buy a wrecked 15 through 17 F-150 and do a rebuild on it and replace the Titan. So, things like that. I do really appreciate everybody watching and commenting and subscribing and all that stuff. Even in the last couple of weeks where we've been all over the place because I've been running around with my new job. Anthony's had a bunch of stuff going on.
We just haven't had time to record or do anything.
We haven't had anything to record or time to do it, really. So now everything's kind of settling back down into a normal type.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, yeah. Also, probably in the next 2 weeks or so, there's a good possibility I'll be flying up to New York for 5 days a week. I'll probably do a video on that. Hopefully we have the new camera by then. That would be cool. So I think it's going to be my sister, my mother, and I are going to go fly up, visit some family up there. I'll have a week off work for overlapping shifts. So that would be cool to see. I don't know if that'll actually happen or not, but it's kind of sounding like that. So
that probably go on the second channel though, if it's travel related.
Yeah, no, put it on here. I mean, it's nice to have all like the automotive stuff, but we need to have like more day-to-day stuff. I mean, granted, we're not going to put any pew-pew stuff on here because the YouTube sucks when it comes to that, and we want to keep this channel nice, which is why we have the other channel. But I mean, travel vlogs and stuff like that, like Anthony's going on a cruise at the end of September. I'll be in New York, things like that. Do videos on that so at least you guys can see what we're up to and what like our private lives are, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to go into too detail about what we do for work and things like that because we both have clearances for governments and things like that. But anyways, yeah, so that's where we're at here. Do you have anything to add, Anthony?
I don't know if I'm going to be.
We can flip it back around.
So, like you said, go check out our merch line. It should all still be up. I'm not really sure. Teesprings does some weird things. Let us know what you think about that. Let us know if you have any ideas.
Oh, Amazon links too.
Oh, yeah. Check out all the Amazon links. That's been doing pretty good, but Amazon doesn't really give us the biggest cut on anything. It's really just tiny stuff. But, yeah, definitely let us know if you have any ideas for stuff to put out because that'll really help us give you guys what you want. We have, like, a few cool T-shirts for him, our basic line. None of it has logos anymore because Teesprings and YouTube don't seem to want to advertise stuff. So whatever.
Even though we're a YouTube partner.
Yeah, we're a YouTube partner, and YouTube doesn't want us to advertise.
Which I'm pretty sure is in our contract that we can, but we're not even going to bother with it.
And then I asked them, and then they tried to sell me Google Google t-shirts. That was cool. But yeah, so I mean, this video is kind of all over the place in updates, but we're going to get onto this a little bit more, get into some other projects like you mentioned. But that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Definitely let us know down below any of your ideas. And I guess we'll see you guys next time. Bye.